Rothschilds, the family that controlled empires. Without crowns, the man who controls Britain's money supply controls the British Empire. That quote is often attributed to Nathan Rothschild, and whether taken literally or symbolically, it captures a deeper truth about how power really works. Money shapes markets, markets shape governments, and governments shape the world. Few families understood this earlier or better than the Rothschilds. The Rothschild family didn't just build a banking dynasty. They influenced wars, financed empires, shaped industrial revolutions, and quietly affected decisions that still impact our lives today. At their peak, no major political decision in Europe was made without considering Rothschild approval, and yet their story did not begin in palaces or parliaments. It began in poverty. Humble beginnings. Our story starts with Meyer Amschel Rothschild, born in 1744, in Frankfurt's Judengasse, a narrow, overcrowded Jewish ghetto. Judengasse wasn't just an address. It was a confined world of discrimination and restriction. Jewish residents were forbidden from leaving the area at night, on Sundays, or during Christian holidays. They were banned from public gardens, cafes, and social gatherings. Even standing in groups larger than two was often illegal. Life here was a daily reminder of exclusion. Meyer was originally expected to become a rabbi, following tradition. But fate intervened. When his parents died unexpectedly, Meyer was forced to abandon his religious studies and find work to survive. That moment changed history. Entering the world of finance, Meyer became an apprentice at a banking house, where he was introduced to finance, trade, and, most importantly, rare coins. Coins from ancient Rome, Persia, and Byzantium were highly prized by European elites. Meyer quickly realized something crucial. Wealthy people don't just collect power, they collect symbols of it. By sorting coins acquired at Frankfurt's semi-annual trade fairs, Meyer gained deep exposure to international finance. By the age of 19, he had mastered modern financial practices. He returned to Frankfurt and joined his father's trading business, eventually specializing in rare coins. His reputation grew fast. The breakthrough. Meyer's success caught the attention of Crown Prince Wilhelm of Hesse. Impressed by his intelligence and reliability, Wilhelm appointed Meyer as a court factor, a Jewish financier serving a noble house. This was revolutionary. For the first time, Meyer escaped the constraints of Judengasse and gained political protection, elite clients, and access to power. This appointment laid the foundation for one of the most powerful financial empires in history. 5 sons, 5 capitals. As Meyer's wealth grew, so did his ambition. He sent his 5 sons to establish banking branches in Europe's most important financial centers: Frankfurt, London, Paris, Vienna, Naples. Before sending them out, Meyer gave 2 key instructions. First, always prioritize business with ruling houses. Second, have as many sons as possible, to keep the family empire alive across generations. This wasn't just expansion, it was risk management. If one country collapsed, the others would survive. Together, these 5 branches became the first truly international banking network. War, the ultimate opportunity. The French Revolutionary and Napoleonic Wars from 1792 to 1815 reshaped Europe. Wars are expensive, and the Rothschilds understood that war creates opportunity. They financed multiple sides of conflicts, not out of loyalty, but strategy. They smuggled goods, traded essential supplies like wheat, cotton, and arms, and facilitated international payments, often bypassing Napoleon's trade blockades. In Paris, Jacob Rothschild financed Napoleon's campaigns. In London, Nathan Rothschild funded Britain and the army of Lord Wellington. No matter who won, the Rothschilds would profit. But as the war progressed, one outcome became more lucrative than the other. Choosing the winning side gradually, the family shifted strategy. Funding for Napoleon slowed. Funding for Britain increased. Nathan Rothschild ensured Wellington never ran out of money. And then came Waterloo. Nathan had invested heavily in a private courier network, allowing him to receive battlefield news faster than any government. He learned of Napoleon's defeat a full day before British officials. Nathan had already been buying British bonds during market panics earlier in the war. When victory was confirmed, bond prices soared. Nathan sold at massive profit. Information, not armies, won the day. Backlash and blame. While the Rothschilds thrived, resentment grew. Napoleon had granted Jewish communities equal rights across Europe. For a prominent Jewish family to fund his enemies felt, to many in France, like betrayal. Intellectuals and nationalists began associating the Rothschilds with capitalism, global finance, economic inequality. They became convenient scapegoats for social anxiety and industrial disruption. This marked the beginning of a long tradition of anti-Semitic conspiracy theories surrounding the family. Keeping wealth in the family mire. Rothschild knew power could be lost as easily as it was gained. Before his death, he left strict rules. Only male descendants could inherit wealth. Family marriages were strongly encouraged. Between 1824 and 1877, 30 out of 36 Rothschild marriages occurred within the family. This wasn't romance, it was consolidation. Even more importantly, the Rothschilds avoided tying wealth to physical assets like land or gold. Instead, they invested in liquid assets, stocks, bonds, and debt. If violence erupted, there was nothing to seize. It was financial invisibility. At the peak of power, by the mid-1800s, the Rothschilds were at their height. They financed railways, coal and iron industries, insurance companies, government debt. They played key roles in the Industrial Revolution, the Suez Canal acquisition, France's post-war recovery in 1871, the scramble for Africa. They supported figures like Cecil Rhodes, John D. Rockefeller, and helped shape modern capitalism. Their money influenced oil, diamonds, banking, and global trade. They were bankers to nations. Decline of the empire. But no empire lasts forever. Political upheaval, nationalism, and war slowly dismantled the Rothschild network. Naples branch closed in 1863. Frankfurt branch closed in 1901. Vienna branch collapsed under Nazi persecution. Paris Bank was nationalized in 1982, only the London branch survived. Ironically, the same forces they once financed now turned against them. Where are they now? Despite everything, the Rothschilds never disappeared. In 2008, family holdings were unified again under a single structure. Today their interests span finance, energy, mining, real estate, philanthropy. Over 24 wineries worldwide. One Rothschild-founded bank reported billions in revenue and over $100 billion in assets under management. Their estimated combined holdings exceed $1 trillion. Final reflection. The Rothschilds remind us of a powerful truth. History isn't only shaped by kings and generals, it's shaped by those who finance them. If Meyer Rothschild had become a rabbi, history might look very different. Napoleon might have ruled Europe. Britain's empire might never have risen. One life decision changed the world. Whether admired or criticized, the Rothschilds left an undeniable mark on human history, and that impact still echoes today.